Zero tolerance for criminal aliens. Zero.
Senate Investigating Subcommittee. Mr. Cohn, his friend and aide, was present with Senator McCarthy to answer...
Donald Trump's relationship with Roy Cohn is a significant chapter in understanding the former president's development, both personally and professionally. Roy Cohn, a lawyer infamous for his role in prosecuting the Rosenbergs during the Red Scare, and as Senator Joseph McCarthy's right-hand man during the anti-communist crusades of the 1950s.
High-type men whom you describe, including the Secretary of the Army, say that Roy M. Cohn said that this is it, this is war. We will investigate the heck out of the Army or investigate the Army from now on out. You don't deny it, do you?
Yes, sir. You see, the Secretary does not, as I heard his testimony, did not say that I said any of those things. Further, Mr. Jenkins...
But you don't deny it.
Well, I can come pretty close to denying it, sir, because I talked to him.
Mentored Trump during a crucial period in his early career. The two met in the 1970s, and their association was pivotal in shaping Trump's aggressive approach to business, legal battles, and public relations. Who was Roy Cohn? Roy Cohn first rose to prominence in the 1950s as a key figure in the McCarthy hearings, which aimed to root out communists within the U.S. government. His ruthless tactics during these investigations earned him a reputation as one of the most feared and hated figures in Washington. Despite his controversial methods and numerous accusations of unethical behavior, Cohn continued to wield significant power in legal and political circles throughout his career. After leaving Washington, Cohn returned to New York and became one of the city's most prominent attorneys, known for representing high-profile clients.
Mr. Cohn was tremendously interested in Mr. Schein and in having special treatment for Mr. Schein.
He cultivated relationships with influential figures in politics, business, and organized crime, developing a network that would serve him well throughout his legal career. Despite numerous accusations of corruption, tax evasion, and unethical conduct, Cohn managed to avoid serious legal consequences for much of his life. Trump and Cohn, the early years. Donald Trump was introduced to Roy Cohn in the early 1970s during a critical time for Trump's real estate business. Trump's father, Fred Trump, had already built a substantial real estate empire in Brooklyn and Queens, but young Donald had grander ambitions, aiming to break into the Manhattan market. Cohn became Trump's personal lawyer and mentor, offering not just legal services, but also a blueprint for how to navigate the often ruthless world of New York City business and politics. At the time, Trump was facing a lawsuit from the U.S. Department of Justice for allegedly discriminating against African Americans in his family's rental properties. Cohn advised Trump to countersue the DOJ for $100 million, signaling the kind of aggressive, no-holds-barred approach to legal battles that would become a hallmark of Trump's style. Although the countersuit was unsuccessful, the case was eventually settled without Trump admitting guilt, a tactic that Cohn perfected: never concede, never apologize, and always go on the offensive. Cohn's influence on Trump extended far beyond the courtroom. He taught Trump the value of controlling the media narrative and projecting strength and confidence even in the face of setbacks. Cohn's advice often boiled down to a simple philosophy: hit back harder than you're hit. This approach became central to Trump's public persona, especially during his presidency. The Cohn playbook: media and public relations. Cohn's ability to manipulate the media was another lesson that Trump absorbed. Cohn knew how to use the press to his advantage, turning even negative stories into opportunities to promote his clients or his own interests. Trump learned this lesson well, consistently using the media to his benefit, whether through calculated leaks, public feuds, or sensational statements designed to keep him in the headlines. Cohn's relationship with the press was deeply cynical. He understood that sensationalism and controversy sold newspapers, and he knew how to exploit that dynamic to distract from scandals or bad press. This strategy can be seen in Trump's own dealings with the media, particularly during his time as a reality TV star and later as president. By staying constantly in the spotlight, Trump managed to dominate the news cycle and keep the public's attention on him, often deflecting attention from serious issues or controversies. loyalty and betrayal. Cohn was fiercely loyal to his clients, especially Trump, and expected the same loyalty in return. He thrived on personal connections and maintained a tight circle of powerful allies. Trump, in turn, valued loyalty almost above all else, something that became evident throughout his business dealings and later during his time in the White House. However, the Trump-Cohn relationship also highlights the darker side of this loyalty. In the mid-1980s, as Cohn's legal troubles mounted and his health deteriorated due to complications from AIDS, many of his former clients and associates began to distance themselves from him. Trump, ever pragmatic, eventually cut ties with Cohn as well, despite their long history together. Cohn, who had once been one of the most powerful men in New York, was abandoned by many in his final years, dying in 1986 largely disgraced. Cohn's fall from grace did not tarnish Trump's career, though. In fact, Trump's ability to separate himself from Cohn at the right moment, while still retaining the lessons he had learned from him, was a testament to his own ruthlessness and adaptability, traits that Cohn had fostered. Cohn's enduring legacy in Trump's politics. Although Roy Cohn passed away long before Trump entered the political arena, the tactics he taught Trump remained evident throughout his presidential campaigns and his time in office. Trump's instinct to attack his critics, never admit wrongdoing, and dominate the media cycle can all be traced back to Cohn's influence.
That the intelligence agencies allowed any information that turned out to be so false and fake. And that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do.
One of Cohn's most lasting legacies in Trump's career is the way Trump approached legal challenges and political scandals. Much like Cohn, Trump rarely backed down in the face of controversy and often doubled down on his positions, even when they were deeply unpopular. This strategy proved effective during Trump's campaigns, where he embraced his role as a political outsider and used attacks on the media and political establishment to rally his supporters. Cohn also taught Trump the importance of cultivating powerful allies while maintaining plausible deniability. During his time as president, Trump's ability to maintain strong relationships with his political base and key figures in the Republican Party, despite numerous scandals and controversies, echoed the way Cohn built and protected his own network of allies during his legal career. Roy Cohn's influence on Donald Trump is undeniable, from his early business dealings in New York to his later political career. The lessons Trump learned from Cohn about media manipulation, aggressive legal strategies, and the importance of loyalty have shaped his approach to both business and politics. While Cohn's own career ended in disgrace, his mentorship helped mold one of the most influential figures of the 21st century, leaving a complex and enduring legacy in American public life.